everybody, Dual666 here. Thought I'd surprise you guys tonight with all the horrible things going on today. We're going to do a late night update, try to cheer everybody up, get your minds off of it with some horror movies. So as you can see, we've got The Brain That Wouldn't Die here from the 60s. Hope you guys enjoy it. I'm actually going to turn this down a smidge. There we go. Beautiful. As you can see, we've got a large update as usual. We're going to get right into that. Cheers, guys. Get on this Perrier. Wet the palate. Alright. Got a lot of cheesy stuff at first. Really shitty movies, honestly. This one was pretty bad. Still mildly entertaining. This is the kind of stuff that I wake up and watch in the morning before I go to work. It's not really something that I've been waiting to watch. Just, kind of putting myself through it, really. It's American Beast. The glare is so bad because of my light right there. Pretty sure you guys can see it though. This one came out in 2014. Honestly, this was pretty bad. The creature looks absolutely stupid, but as it is with all these cheesy CGI, just trash films, it's only if you're really into looking for really random stuff like I am, so there it is. Not so great, but if you must, check it out, guys. Same thing with this next one. This was pretty confusing and honestly, just overall not so great. Paranormal Abduction. Like I said, a very confusing, strange plot. The acting's not atrocious or anything. It just doesn't go anywhere really cohesive, so like I said, kind of confusing. Check it out, though, if you'd like. Okay, we got some cheesy films that I actually did like. This one was a ton of fun. Total, wankery, man. Avalanche Sharks. It's got a 80s vibe to it, but it's obviously not from the 80s. This is fairly recent as well. This came out in 2013 through Odyssey Media, and then Phase 4 re-released it in 2015. Pretty fun stuff. I mean, the title alone, you should know what you're getting yourself into. Pretty heavily CGI, pretty stupid storyline, but fun nonetheless. Avalanche Sharks. Show these next ones. These are a couple of World War II werewolf movies. Iron Wolf and Werewolves of the Third Reich. Iron Wolf was kind of lacking story-wise. It just didn't really go anywhere. It was okay. The werewolf is pretty cheesy, it's just alright. It's the same trashy sort of stuff that I've been talking about with these other films here. However, while this one did have a very low budget, I thought it was pretty well executed as a parody of Inglourious Basterds, Werewolves of the Third Reich. This was pretty damn entertaining, honestly. I really liked this a lot. It's not often that I come across a dollar store movie that I really like, but I definitely recommend this one. Next up, we've got Turistas. This was pretty brutal. Not going to go into the storyline too much, but it was definitely gory and pretty crazy. The plot just goes absolutely off the rails the farther it goes, but still pretty damn entertaining. Check it out, guys. Alright, this next one. Oh boy, we got an ad. Awesome. Don't you just love that you can't even watch a public domain film without some piece of shit deciding to make an ad go right in the middle of it? Anyways, alright, the same guy that made Stage Fright, what's his name? Oh yeah, Michael Suavi. Made Cemetery Man. I think this came out in I think it's made in 93, released in 96, at least in America. This is like a black comedy sort of thing. It's absolutely hilarious, super gory and totally bonkers. It's everything that you would want if you're a big fan of Blood Diner or Dead Alive. Totally super fun movie. Like I said, extremely gory but super funny. So check that out if you've not heard of it. Cemetery Man is awesome. Super happy to have that finally. Alright, we're going to get into some Blu-rays here. This first one here is Scare Package. This is kind of an anthology, sorta. It's got a pretty, average wraparound story. The characters are pretty funny for the most part. It's definitely a lot of comedy for the most part, too. But some pretty fun effects and some gore and stuff. Wasn't bad at all. I was expecting it to be right around where it was, you know, pretty average modern horror fare. And next up, we got Species. Watched a lot of sci-fi lately, so you know this is pretty classic 90s sci-fi. This is tons of fun. Honestly, didn't live up to what I thought it would. I know there's some sequels to this as well, so I'll be hunting those down, but there you go, guys. Species. Pretty fun stuff. Alright, so this next one, I ordered the 88 films edition on Blu-ray, which is a European version. And, of course, it didn't play on my Blu-ray player, which is region-free. I don't understand why it wouldn't take the disc. So, I broke down and did what any horror enthusiast would do, and I went and got the Severin release, which did play, obviously. Came with the soundtrack. Absolutely super fun time. You know, it really, really lost me at the end plot-wise. It was pretty ridiculous. But still a super, super gory, classic 80s cheese fest. Like, just tons of fun. Donald Pleasance is in it for like 2 or 3 minutes tops. But, you know, the acting is atrocious, but really that's what makes it so funny and just enjoyable overall. Like I said, the gore is heavy, absolutely crazy. You know, classic Italian in the vein of Fulci. But this is by Luigi Cozzi. This came out in '88. Very Suspiria inspired, really colorful and stuff like that, so this is a really fun time. Just found this recently, haven't even opened it yet. We go thrifting once in a while, and sometimes you just find something really, really cool. We made it about halfway through the first season, me and my wife, and kind of fell off. Don't really know why. I was enjoying it. It's not necessarily horror, but it's the first season of Stranger Things. This is the collector's edition. It looks like a giant VHS case. This has the DVDs and Blu-rays. It's the combo pack. Super fun show. I'm definitely going to get back into it and try to find the rest of the seasons in physical format. So there it is. Stranger Things. Good stuff. Alright, we got lots of sci-fi coming up here, so I hope you guys are ready. First one here is arguably the worst sci-fi film I've ever seen in my life. Not even Malcolm McDowell's 30 seconds in this film could redeem it. Quantum Voyage. Pretty much only bought it because Malcolm McDowell's in it. It was just a total letdown. The storyline is absolutely bullshit. I did not get this movie one bit. So, you know, maybe I'll give it another chance at some point and see what it, you know, what I think of it then. But as of now, I cannot say I recommend this. Next up is 2047, Virtual Revolution. This movie fell kind of short for me as well. You know, you can't expect too much from these low-budget sci-fi movies that are coming out these days. But Wild Eye is kind of hit and miss as is with the, you know, that releasing company. This one was definitely a miss. It wasn't a total, you know, bust or anything, but definitely on the lower side of modern sci-fis that I've seen. This one gets a little bit better. The effects are cool. Storylines are pretty cool. Singularity. This was pretty fun, honestly. It's pretty suspenseful at some parts. Acting's not terrible, but it isn't great either. But, you know, just run-of-the-mill modern sci-fi. Cool stuff. Alright. Next one is pretty classic at this point. Came out in 1999. It's Supernova. This movie was actually really, really good. This is one of the ones my wife got me for Christmas. I was super happy to see that. Yeah, I can't recommend this one enough. If you like Event Horizon, this isn't going to really touch that, but it's definitely sort of in the same vein. You know, it was pretty entertaining. I really liked it. Supernova. Alright, the last sci-fi one for this update here. This was insane. I'm not a big fan of Nicolas Cage, but even his strange acting style was not even present in this film. He was actually quite good in this. Storyline was phenomenal, acting was phenomenal, the effects are absolutely mammoth. This movie kicked ass, knowing. This came out a few years ago, yeah, 2009, so over 10 years ago now. This was phenomenal. I can't recommend this one enough. Absolutely awesome. The ending is insane. Good lord. One of the best sci-fi films I have ever seen in my life. You should definitely look for this and check it out. Alright. I know I've been going really fast, guys, but I'm kind of tired trying to get to bed soon, so I'm going to rush right along through the rest of this. This one here is Alfred Hitchcock's super classic, The Skin Game. Not necessarily a horror movie. It's more of like a Romeo, Juliet, Hatfield, McCoy sort of thing. Two families feuding. It's pretty entertaining. Like I said, not horror, but a very fine film. Alfred Hitchcock never ever lets down, so, you know, go find it. I'm sure there's box sets that include all of his classic films, but you know me, I'm more of the guy that likes to hunt things down, so there it is, The Skin Game. Really cool stuff. One more film, guys. And one of the best films I have seen recently for classic horror. This is more of a character study. Very similar to Psycho. It only came out 3 years after Psycho. Joan Crawford stars in it. It's a William Castle film. You just can't go wrong. Me and my wife watched this the other day, and it's one of our favorite movies now. This is awesome. I can't wait to watch this again. It's this Straight Jacket, like I said, with Joan Crawford from 1963. This movie is awesome. I cannot recommend it enough. The acting is fantastic. The storyline's fantastic. You will never, ever see the twist coming at the end. You have got to check this out. This is just classic horror. It doesn't get much better than this. You should all be on the lookout for Straight Jacket if you have not heard of it. So yeah, that's about it, guys. I'm going to wrap this up really quickly here. Just wanted to get a nice little update in. This is the first one of the year. Hope everyone's doing well. I know that the nation looks like it's in total fucking turmoil right now. But everyone hang in there. Stay strong. Good lord. I don't even know what to say as far as that all goes. So just everyone stay safe. Do your thing. And, you know, be good to each other is all I got to say about that, honestly. So, I'm going to wrap it up like I said. And everyone take care, be safe. And I'll see you guys again soon with something else. Looks like there's another goddamn ad. Take care, everybody.